Wait a minute. Did I not generate an intro for Xenoblade Chronicles? Video elements. Intro. Intro Xenoblade Chronicles 2. There is not a third one. Or there's not a first one. I have an old... Screw it. Using the old one then. Let's intro this properly now. Old intros. I'm gonna go Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Or we're gonna do this properly. Well, okay. Now that you're all deaf. Oh, hold on. I'm not running it on macro, so I have to actually. Well, okay. Here we go. Welcome to the scuffed beginning of the stream. Welcome to the first stream of the week. That is today, Tuesday evening. At least in this time zone. Happy time zone, everybody. I hope you are having a fantastic evening. Hope you've been taking good care of yourselves. I hope you continue to take good care of yourselves. Hydrate. I'm sector leader Cody. And I'm Cody. Hey. And welcome on in. Whether you're here active, whether you're lurking, whether you're not quite here yet, maybe you'll be here 30 minutes in the future. Oh, I'm hearing something. I think I left something with. I think I left some volume up somewhere. Ew! It's an ad. Get that out of here. Yuck. Gross. I want to hear ads quietly in my ears. We get enough of those. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a fine Tuesday evening / Monday morning. Yes, exactly. See, that's what happens when you reach the end of the day. You go backwards a day. Welcome to a fine Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning. Maybe. No, I'm pretty sure it's evening. Wait, what time is it in Hawaii? Or 4 p.m. Okay, it's still afternoon over in Hawaii. So if you're in Hawaii, good afternoon. So yeah, good evening-ish. Subject to up to 12 hours difference for time zone. Either way. And welcome. Today, our topics of discussion are missions. We're going to start our mission on Bionis with Xenoblade Chronicles. But first of all, we got some weather to talk about. And once I've got this on the proper view, there we go, I can send us on over there. That's the first time the transition has almost worked properly. That is probably the most accurate it has been. Also, let me change this transition to none. No transition. Transition speed 0. No transition. It's set it to 100. I said no. Why can I not remove transition? Instant? Cut. There we go. Cut. Because that might be partially responsible for this too. Alright. This is Canada. I wish I could get my dude to use his arms but the software that I'm using sucks at recognizing hand gestures, and also my lighting is not the best. And here we are, looking at Canada. What's going on here? Dust advisory? Yeah, it's still dust advisory. We're just gonna put a permanent dust advisory here and just say you guys are gonna have dust forever. That's what it seems like, huh? The lack of snow, the fact that the wind is still operating normally, but you guys have got a ridiculous lack of snow, which is causing dust to get lifted into the air and a lot of dryness. Yeah, those are all dust advisories. Those are still ongoing. Those have been ongoing for a couple weeks now. Nunavut has a few things going on. Probably. That was my second guess. Extreme cold warning. Minus 55 or lower. All of these areas are under the same warning, minus 55 or lower, so you can tell where the Arctic air is. Newfoundland, wind warning, 100 kilometer an hour gusts. Pretty windy over there. Decent portion of Newfoundland is also under an advisory. Special weather statement. Freeze and rain. 10 to 20 millimeters, possibly 30. Rainfall. But there is also freeze and rain possibility within that, so beware. Snow and ice pellet accumulations over in this section of the special weather statement, 5 to 10 centimeters. That's going to create some pretty slippery conditions, so definitely make sure you're ready for that. Snow and ice pellet accumulations of 10 to 20 centimeters. Up to 4 hours of freeze and rain. So those of you in Newfoundland, I hope you guys are definitely prepared for that. Now, before we move on to the details of the prairie region, which has no weather statements right now, let's just discuss some of the changes that have been made. There's not really too many. There's nothing like mind-blowing or all that amazing. So, the random combo generator thing that I'm experimenting with has been changed. Basically, it'll tell you what the combo length is now when you use it. So you don't have to guess. Especially when some of the voices overlap and you can't tell whether that was 1 or 2 combos. In a future update, I will be changing the delay thing to be variable, or to be variant on how long the clip is. Unfortunately, Firebot's get clip length feature seems to be rounded to a number that does not work with this command. It's probably rounded to the nearest second, which I think is a terrible decision. It should round to the nearest millisecond, or the nearest 10 milliseconds if you don't want to. I'd like it if it were to retrieve the correct length and assign the correct length. When you check wait, it either waits too long or waits too short. And sometimes in the middle. I know there's some redeems there that say new. They're not new. At least I don't think I made any changes to them. Hydrate, Stretchies, and Snacks say that they're new. I didn't change anything. Well, I may have modified the description a little of one of them. But that's about it. This week's schedule, you may have noticed, there was no Sunday. The Weather Talk at 11 a.m. thing, I might have to rethink that, because 11 a.m. just does not... I'm having a hard time finding a time on Sunday that actually works, because I'm usually pretty busy on Sunday. Might have to take a glance at maybe Monday. But I want to do my bowling on Monday. I'll have to rethink on it. So far, I've still got it placed recurring at 11 a.m. on Sunday, but I can't see it remaining that way. 7 p.m. just feels like prime time to start streaming. You have a weather question, fiber optics. Go ahead. And welcome on in. How accurate is my dude moving his head anyways? Head tilt. Head tilt. Straight head. Still a little tilted, even though my head's not tilted. Okay, okay. Facing towards chat when I look at the tin box on my desk. What a forecast says, it feels colder. What constitutes that? Typically wind chill value. However, feels like also takes the humidity into account to an extent. So Canada uses wind chill, and they use humidex in the summer. It feels like it's sort of like a combination of the two. It's the humidity in play and also the wind chill in play. So usually when you get a feels colder, it's usually the wind's fault. Especially if you get a north wind, then it is especially the wind's fault. What they don't... The problem with our weather sources, not the advanced ones, but I'm talking about the ones that are available, like on your local NWS site or Environment Canada. The problem with those ones is they use a mathematical formula or a simple formula to calculate the wind chill. The thing is, there are factors that affect the temperature of the wind too. Which air mass is moving where? Is a warmer air mass moving in? The wind's going to feel a little warmer than what the wind chill value actually says. Is it a gusty northwest wind? Those winds are usually very cold over here. It's probably going to feel quite a bit colder. But typically it's the wind chill affecting the value, or in the summer, the humidity or heat index. Down in the US, heat index is used instead. And yeah, so the raw temperature that you see there, that's just the temperature of the air. The temperature of the air after it interacts with your skin is a bit of a different thing. And actually, it's not just our skin. How it interacts with your vehicle feels like temperature is actually the deciding factor on whether to plug your vehicle in or not. Because the feels like, well, it's going to be interacting with your battery. Your battery is a physical object. It's going to be feeling that temperature. So if the feels like is saying, you could have a, well, I say fair winter temperature of -20, but I'd still rather not be in -20. But if the wind's high enough and it's pushing the wind chill down to like -40 something, still plug in the vehicle. Yeah. A high humidity on a cool evening can sometimes cause the humidity to make the temperature feel colder as well. So yeah, there's a number of different factors. There's a few factors that aren't properly reflected on a lot of the public sources out there. Which, honestly, I'd really love it if they would factor that. But then you gotta start getting hyper local with how the wind interacts with buildings. Some areas it could be locally windier. And by that point, you've got to be familiar. You just got to be familiar with your locale. For instance, if you're down in Calgary, Calgary is a frequent witness of the Chinook phenomena. A warmer air mass moving in, channeled by the mountains. Warm wind quickly melts snow. Now, this effect, of course, it can reach out and right into like central Alberta and all that stuff. Same thing can happen down in Montana. Any area in the vicinity of the mountains could get the Chinook effect, theoretically. Although areas that are already warm, maybe less likely. yeah. In terms of so in terms of the channel changes here, I don't think there's anything else I really have to remark about that. I didn't make too many channel changes. I don't want to go changing too many significant things. Also, I've got to work well with my time. This weekend, I spent a portion of my time dealing with an annoying common cold, which didn't take my energy levels at all. But it was still annoying. Thanks for the explanation. No problem at all, Fiber. I love talking about the weather. There may be no weather statements currently in effect for the prairie region, but you can see there is a bit of activity. We've got wind gusts hanging out in southwestern Alberta. That area gets a lot of it. That is a crow's nest pass, and a lot of wind channels through it. I'm going to make sure my folder here is properly loaded up. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put it in the sound folder, set it to the correct volume, and run a test one. It works! I think. Yes, it does. It does. So we got a low currently loitering down in the southern Alberta area. It looks like it's carrying its own trough with it. Also got a little bit of precipitation poking in. It looks like light snow, intermediate light snow. So from time to time, light flurries in isolated areas. Section B here is talking about a troll that is reaching in from the U.S. A little bit of freeze and rain associated with that, intermittent freeze and rain. Down here it says localized. Oh, localized. It is localized. And B here, comment B says isolated light flurries, intermittent snow, and rain and showers. So, bit of a mix. Not so nice to deal with if you're driving down there. So definitely put that in the mind if you are driving down there. There is a high moving down over here. It is causing some extreme cold up in the up north of it, and it could possibly drag it down as it moves. So part of the prairie regions might end up getting hit by this extreme cold. And northern Manitoba, it's a remote area, so not too many people have to worry about it, but it's definitely there. And that's the reason why I opened up the sound folder in the first place. Call myself out every time I do that. Alright, so this low begins to move very slow, very lazily. Still some gusty winds down in the crow's nest area. Not much for precipitation here. Little bit of localized light snow up in the in some of the northern areas. This high continues to move out to Hudson Bay. Little bit of a gradient, shouldn't be enough to kick up any moderate winds. The isobars get a little jagged here, so maybe some localized winds here. You see the freeze and rain icon is still there. You've got comment B here mentioning light snow or a mix of rain and snow in the comment B area. And this is still localized freeze and rain moving down here. Pretty small area. If it ventures up here, though, this is Winnipeg, decent population. So if it ventures around there, then quite a few people are going to wind up experiencing that. Now, Winnipeg ends up being the butt of the jokes quite often amongst the prairie region. They don't get very good luck weather-wise. They get both ends of the extremes, and also Tornado Alley pokes up into their area. So they don't catch a break regardless of the time of year. Maybe spring and fall when the seasons are transitioning. Extreme heat? Yep, they'll get it. Extreme cold? Yeah, they'll get it. Tornado risk? Yep. You betcha. Extreme winds? Sometimes. The plus 12 hour here is mentioning light snow continuing to move. It's sticking mostly in the US. I'm starting to see a lot of patchy freeze and fog, sky clear local freeze and fog, shallow fog over here, patchy light snow with localized low ceilings, and we got a frontal systems are poking its way in as a warmer air mass continues to dominate over here. Actually, a lot of Alberta, like mostly the areas with the sky clear, they've been getting plus 5 from what the profiles are saying. So not bad at all. Not bad at all for February. Don't be misled. There's probably still a few bursts left in winter. But so far, so good. And it's, in general, it's looking favorable. It doesn't look like any more extreme cold. At least not for our area. Down in the US, things are setting up for tomorrow, I see. Tomorrow, the fire weather outlook said critical. And things are setting up in New Mexico, down into Texas, a little bit of Colorado as well. Those are all red flag warnings going up, meaning that fires are very easy to start. Stop throwing your cigarette butts out the vehicles. Yeah, even over here I see people do that. I'm like, really? We also have a few other extremes currently happening. As you can see, California has quite a few statements up, mostly floods. Southern California actually had flash flooding yesterday. Not very fun. Not very fun at all. You can see that there are actually areas within the mountains also with... I can't tell whether it's a flash flood watch or flood watch because the colors are almost identical. I think in the mountains it's flash flood watch. If I can see the color difference there, it's a little more greenish. And down in Southern California, it's a flood watch. This is confusing. Flood watch. Okay, those are all flood watches. Where's the flash flood watch then? And why are they using almost the exact same color? The not as blind in pink here. The less blind in pink is major snowstorms, winter storm warnings. Looks like they're sticking to parts of the California mountain, and also a new area has appeared for. I think it's mostly southern Utah. Southwestern Utah. Got some wind statements up here too as well. Let's not forget about part of western Alaska as well, where there is a active snowstorm, and off to the northern coast, they got another blizzard in line for them. If you live up there and you adapt to these kinds of blizzards, then you've probably got quite the resilience to the cold. Oh, they expanded it to include a part of the ocean. There we go. So, a little over half of California has non-severe thunderstorm risk, although we are moving off into night. So, the chances are probably a little lower now. Except for the mountains. I'd say the mountains are a wild card regardless of the time of day. Central, South Central, Nevada, you've got a bit of a thunderstorm risk going into part of Utah. Now, the thunderstorm territory sort of ventures close to the winter storm warning. Maybe you'll get some thunder snow. It's over the mountains, so the chances are a little more favorable. Oregon, you've also got a little bit of activity over in the eastern area. Going a little bit into Idaho as well. Again, because of how late it is, the majority of the thunderstorm threats have probably eased. And I took a peek into Aussie land as well, just to see where the cyclones are at, and right now we've got this low that I'm keeping an eye on. Doesn't seem to be doing anything interesting, it's scheduled to dissipate. This low that I've been keeping an especially close eye on, because it decided it's forecast to venture off the coast, gain strength, and then beach itself again. You know, just when these tropical lows are like, well, I might produce interesting weather, no, I'm gonna beach myself again. But hey, would you rather stormy weather, or would you rather a tropical cyclone? Oh yeah, and this crazy thing that happens down in the south, this is a normal thing for towards the Antarctic territory. Lows that are ridiculously strong. 987, I think that's what I can read through all the isobars there. This one here, 974. Again, I think that's what I'm reading. 975? That one's pretty hard to see. 975. 975 indeed. And then it continues moving south. Again, pretty normal. As is the cold fronts that sweep here. Every once in a while, this cold front might hit Melbourne. Every once in a while, you get the cold fronts that sweep across the Melbourne area, and usually it's followed by 90-kilometer-an-hour winds. It can sometimes result in heat spikes too, when the hot air gets like pushed over to there, and then the cold front comes by and swats it away. It's also due to the proximity from the outback. That appears to be our weather segment here. Do I still have my controller? Here. Hopefully it's still attached to the proper... The answer to that is no. Which means now I have to retrieve the other one. Pyro, welcome on in. How are you doing? Got a cord trying to escape. There we go. Whoops, that's the wrong screen. You're great. That is awesome to hear. I've been doing pretty good today, too. I winded up off of work early, which I won't argue with. I won't argue with that at all. We just went over some good old weather here. And now we're getting set up for Xenoblade Chronicles to speed on through it. Now, my monitor is going to be changing its configuration here. But first, I gotta get this updated. And change the category to Xenoblade. Yes, that one. Updated successfully, and the stream information dock is successfully glitched. Here playing Enshrouded. Nice. Good stuff. Alright, the ultimate truth. How many times do I have to press the button for it to actually switch? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 attempts. That feels like RNG all on its own. How many times do I have to tell it to switch sources Now there's a little button on my display switch. I have to specify display switch. I can press that to change sources. However, what it does is it advances the source up by 1, which means to change it from I switch back to the computer, I have to press it like 3 times. I want to press it 3 times. Is there any reason why I'm not getting audio from the capture card? Do I... I don't have it on board. Okay. Hopefully your Enshrouded is going well. We are just about to start our Xenoblade Chronicles Fastplay. So Fastplay, I'm going to be doing a new game plus. Party at highest levels. I didn't set up the file properly. I should have probably done that. That doesn't take too long to set up, I think. So we're going to get New Game Plus. Oh, I don't mind this one. Yes, I'm just on Chapter 17, Prison Island at level 1. Exactly. Nothing wrong here. I don't see no problems. Wait, why can't I load this file? What? Okay, so I've got a file with a clear crown on it that's also not clear. Must be a New Game Plus that was in progress or something. Oh, you know what? Maybe that was me testing a fast play. We'll just overwrite the third file then when I carry over this one. Xenoblade Chronicles is also pretty... All 3 of them are amazing. The Shroud is amazing, especially if you enjoy fog. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. I'm getting used to this. Oh, yeah, this might result in Dunban being extremely overpowered at the beginning here. Oh. And you're the boss. And there goes the boss. All right, we're all done that little segment. 1 year later. That was our first fight. All done.
The enemy's weak, but don't. Thanks, Ryan.
The enemy's weak, but don't.
It's a close one.
Oh, you know what? I really need to get into the habit of not opening the treasure chest and just going. As you can see, I don't have this party fully leveled to 99. I did New Game Plus this 1 or 2 times, or 3? I don't know. I lost count after 1. You know, as somebody who puts a whole bunch of if and if-else statements into Firebot and runs a probability table off of it, I don't know, counting past 1's a lot of effort. Oh, my terrible habit of jumping all the time. One thing you will notice is that collecting things is so much less painful. I can actually collect stuff and not lose pace. Because it's not press A to make the gather points appear. You can tell this is New Game Plus because of the Monado that Shulk has on his back. Which is not a Monado until you get next to the end of the game. Or is it at the end of the game? I think it's at the end of the game. Also, because this is a definitive edition, they started putting the little dotted track there that tells you how to get to the destination. The only catch with having that guide there is, it might lead you through, like, let's say a level 80 entity when you're only at level 15. That cutscene was where you first saw, I don't know, they call him Square, I just call him Square Stash as well. Ryan calls him Square Stash, I just call him Square Stash. I like that. And now we're a Fiora. Thanks, camera. We appreciate it. By the way, that was sarcasm for me. But I'm sure numerous others would not have sarcasm and be like, yes, indeed, thank you, camera. We appreciate you. Is this a weird time to mention that I'm not a bottom person? Another moment where the words come out of the mouth and then my brain's like, what the hell did you just say? Oh yeah, her voice is definitely something though. Her yeah. But hey, again, they can only... Voice actors do an amazing job. The issue that commonly happens is that they're told to do this. They're not told anything about the scenario in which the voice is being used for. Although, on the other side of the argument, having these different voices for... That was almost a shortcut down. That was almost a gravity slide. That would have been amazing. Ooh, we don't want to risk falling off though. Oh, I thought this was a landmark. Baby, naughty kids. Anyways. What? Oh. Naughty kids manipulate the camera in specific ways, right? Speaking of cameras, though, I don't think the sectoral lead really has been like a camera. I don't think in any timeline have I put him as a camera person. I mean, if I was a camera person, I'd love to do a very dramatic zoom into I don't know, a creature that I see on my walk. Just a dramatic zoom. Just zoom right into his face and be like, he knows where you live. On something like that. I mean, a lot of birds... Think of it. A lot of birds know where you live. That local magpie that you see there? That magpie is telling all of you, or is telling his friends where you live. That cute, innocent little chickadee there? That chickadee knows your daily routine. Knows when you leave the house. Knows when you return to it. And that house sparrow over there? That house sparrow knows that you like to kick fragile ice. Okay, pigeons are the shadiest of the bunch, though, because they like live in the lofts and that, so it's like they know exactly how many times you snore in your sleep. All that innocent cooing, they're talking about your snoring patterns. What level? Okay. We got level 4. Oh, I don't think it's here. No, I think you would have encountered, optionally, your first unique monster. I'm trying to remember something. I'm trying to remember if unique monsters respawn in this game upon starting a new game plus. I thought there was at least one game in the Xenoblade Chronicles series where unique monsters did respawn. And unique monsters in this game, much like the other games, will aggro you regardless of your level. Much like the other Xenoblade Chronicles games, yes, that bird just flew into a cliff and deleted itself.
You forgot some.
And Viora's back. Well, this game has its own built-in little achievement system. Oh yeah, if you guys want to know where that bird lady, I think, comes from, it's this game. Unfortunately, you may not be able to witness it because we are skipping cutscenes by doing this. That's a unique monster. This one is too. And since we're right in front of it...
You never stood a chance.
Okay if we fight like this.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
We won't be able to get away with that later in the game, that's for sure. No one-hitting unique monsters. So we'll be sticking with this party composition for a little bit. We'll be sticking with Charla in the future. We get Charla. We'll have her in the party for a bit. There's a unique monster hidden somewhere in here too. It doesn't happen to be where I'm going though. When I get later in the game to like Melia, I'm probably gonna play as Melia. This is just because I have a bias towards the mages of the RPG. Melia is pretty good. She should have gems equipped to her that make her lightning damage to 200%.
Take them down one at a time.
Do it.
Let's keep up the pressure.
Good to see you work.
Okay, file 3. So now that we're overwritten file 3, it should stay on file 3. We're on the next chapter. By the way, this gives you an achievement when you do it the first time in the game. Making the big jump. Falling a certain distance. These birds are just like casually wandering around here. Not a care in the world that there's an attack going on. They're just like, whatever. This is normal. Everything's fine. Oh, that's right. Landmarks are unavailable during this. Typically, when there is a cutscene meant to be somewhere in your path, landmarks become unavailable conveniently, so that you can't fast travel past them. Bud!
Bad lady.
So, Mechons have a feature where everything that's not the Monado only deals 1 damage until you later gain the ability to disable this ability. Or until later on when you start acquiring weapons that can damage Mechon. Hammer. And that was it. These guys will aggro regardless of level. Butt camera, there we go.
It's over. Let's not lose our head start.
Right, let's keep going.
Of course, we can also just ignore them. I don't recommend doing this on a first playthrough, of course.
That was too easy.
Let's press on and on and on.
Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone?
Oh yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 1. That was Square Stash speaking. In the first Xenoblade Chronicles and no other one, the enemy it'll tell you what kind of aggro they have. The eye there is sight. You will come across enemies that aggro on hearing you, and ones that aggro upon using ether arts or magic near them. which are mostly the S-ranks.
That was a close one.
Oh, this game actually addresses a incredibly annoying issue that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 had. And 3, where you wouldn't auto-draw your weapon when facing a boss or a forced encounter. Well, that guy definitely didn't see me, even though I was right in front of him.
You never stood a chance, but we mustn't be careless. Everything on here? No? Anyone?
Treasure chests from our previous run through this zone are still there. And we're about to hit the end of our chapter. Gumban's here.
I can see this isn't pushing you at all. Man, what a bunch of...
Alright, we're gonna head up here. Now, the party composition changes a decent amount in the first few chapters. Then it stays the same for a little bit. When Charlotte joins, it stays the same for a decent amount. And that changes like twice in like Machina Forest and all that. So I mean, the bright side to a lot of this, here's Metal Face. You can see that he's already at half health. And now he's plot armored. Yeah, you could. Yes, the Bonado's not working. The Bonado's dealing over 5,000 damage. It's not working.
Okay, now we're getting started, and nothing's gonna stop us.
Double attack just triggered there, and instantly triggered the cutscene. Oh, stinky ads. 14 years ago, back when I was a young plum. And now we're off. You gotta go through cave, and we gotta go buy out a slag. Ads are coming up, but we were just doing some traveling at the time here. Shouldn't be anything too crazy. Oh yeah, jumping doesn't slow you down, which is nice. In Xenoblade Chronicles 2, there is a little bit of land and animation slowdown. So I love to I love to spam jump when characters are able to do it whenever, which causes it to actually be slightly slow in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Isn't it awesome though? Like what the? Hold on, I'm trying to steer while the camera's pointed. Isn't it just amazing though? Like, compare this to the original Wii version if you played that. Drastic improvements. I mean, better hardware, so why not? Now, I think somewhere in the cave segment is when we start to get the visions. The Marado visions.
Good job, everyone. Who else wants some?
Yeah, and you can only get away with that for so long. May as well enjoy it. So we have been through here once. However, we're about to deviate down a different path. Pretty soon. I don't want to go this way. Oh, this game's notorious for having one NPC that gives you many different quests. Katsune Lord, welcome on in. Good to see ya. Hope today's been treating you well. Shulk, why is your jump so short? Doing good? That is good to hear. Day over here was actually pretty decent as well. Got off work early. Won't argue with that at all. Now playing some good old Xenoblade Chronicles. Oh, that's fine. At least we could take the full damage. So yeah, when we run into this, oh, here we go. Here's an example of enemies that aggro on hearing you. Now, the other Xenoblade Chronicles games do have these kinds of aggros. However, they are only visible in the first game.
Okay, Shulk, just one more lap. This is 2E.
2E. Alright, Shulk has officially given this segment a rating. It is 2 E's. Rated E for everyone. Alright, this is a spider segment. If you don't like spiders, then this will be your most disliked segment. Thankfully, we probably won't see the spider for very long because it'll probably only take a swing or two. So we're just gonna head straight for this climbable surface here. The music is awesome. With All Ryan's voice, and
I'll hold off the big one's attacks with a Monado. You deal with all the little ones. Bring it on. Right, this is not good.
hey Ryan, give me some extra DPS. There we go.
Easy, nice.
2 hits. Probably took some auto attack damage too earlier. And there we go. We're all done with this segment. This is a great opportunity to take a look at some of the environments, though. You'll get your first preview of a really big area soon enough. We're now in Chapter 4. As you can see by my clear files on there, there are 17 chapters in this game. Kneecap Hill. Let's climb. I heard the news. Well, there's a few interesting pieces of news. One that I didn't even mention during my weather segment. The Sacramento Valley in California had a notable tornado risk. That is in the middle of the mountains. You don't get that very often. What is this other news, though? I'm curious. I can't skip this cutscene. Nintendo Direct tomorrow at 6 a.m. or 9 a.m. depending on where you are. Don't tell Krista those 2 times. Krista, no jokes on this. Well, leave it to Nintendo to give people less than 24 hours notice. Oh, hey. Well, actually, sometimes they give you 2 days notice. Glad there's finally one, though. Oh, they gave it yesterday. Alright, so Nintendo is continuing their tradition of letting people know. Oh, it's a partnership. Oh, well. Might get something decent out of it then. It depends. It depends on what partners it is. Man, maybe I'll hear something more about Fantasy Life, or maybe I won't because it's just a fantasy. Maybe we'll hear more about Metroid Prime 4. One can dream. One can dream. This is the first massive area. That tower and dude over there is a very high level. Hope we get more 1000 Year Door remake info. I wouldn't mind that either.
Out here.
I wouldn't mind hearing more. I'm mostly looking forward to it. I'm just a little concerned on what they're going to do with the words, considering they censored Airhead into Lunkhead, and that wasn't even all too offensive. I mean, maybe some of the text will just be changes because it was mistranslated, but I don't think there's too many instances of really bad mistranslations in 1000 Year Door. It's not Book of Mario after all. Look at them. They look like they're not angry at anything because Juju wasn't even loaded in. You berserk? Do you need? Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, there. Brad, for some reason I feel like socks.
Okay, it should work now.
Shock stared at it, and now it works. That's all we got out of that because you know, we're skipping through a lot, like large majority of the cutscenes. I mean, Shock's got enough mechanical proficiency. I'm sure he could just look at something and it's fixed. I guess I don't have to worry about these guys getting mad. Shock pokes Buggy with a blade of grass. Yep. And that's all it took. All fixed. We are about to run into the area where we get Charla. We will be back to a full party of 3. It feels weird saying full party of 3 because I've been playing a lot more Final Fantasy XIV, and a full party is 8. But yeah, the Xenoblade games follow the classic 3 party members is enough. The Dragon Quest series does this as well. And then you have the other classic, which is a party of 4. And there's a few RPGs where it's 5. And you got Final Fantasy VI. Until you get to Xenoblade Chronicles 3, where you get a party of 6. Yep. That was it. That was interesting all on its own. Even when they were just in the early, and even before the game was out, and they were showing things, I was like, "Oh, that's gonna be really interesting."
Juju.
As you can see, Charlotte's already in some in some pretty good gear too. So yeah, Charlotte's gonna be pretty high level. We might swing by a camp so that I can level them up as much as I can. We'll listen to what you have to say, and then proceed to skip the cutscene afterwards. Do not want to accidentally walk into that. That would be very bad. Oh. This is how you change the levels, right? Oh, okay. Okay, I don't think I have enough bonus experience. Okay. Instead of saying understood, it's like, what was it? Ah, we're good. There was actually this point where there was I actually had a short little period in my life where I was making like cheesy quality YouTube poops out of like Kirby episodes and that. I think I remember one of them being a character reading a storybook and just saying "eep," and then everybody saying "yay" afterwards. Something like that. Those are terrible quality YouTube poops. Well, okay, I've actually seen worse. But let's say that they're well below average and they're very dated. Maybe I'll show them one day. Maybe I'll make them an incentive because I sort of don't want to show them because they're terrible quality. I was hoping one of those wolves would have started like moving behind me and maybe pushing me a little. So we're gonna start wandering by some Mechons. Who are probably going to engage in me regardless of my level. Oh, never mind. They're native to this area. Wait a minute. Are you two conversing? Oh my goodness, they're having a conversation. Sort of. They are talking like civilized beings. Yeah, so these Mechons behave like the local ones. They're aggressive, but they're the type of aggressive that don't attack you if you're more than 10 levels above. It can sometimes be really weird running into some of them that attack you regardless of level, and then others that just don't care. What do you call a ghost on a string? Ooh. A balloon. Where's my boo clip? Boo like that.
Launch! Ray of light, hypergraviton, pandemic, nuclear blast, cyclone, dark tide, 1 million volt, ruinous weather, ice, ray of light.
Hey, there you go. It actually says how long the combo was. Ray of light repeated twice. But aside from that,
you were on about.
and one day I'll implement the unique thing. The only issue with that is I'm gonna have to have a variable for each variation, and have them like set as flags. And while the combo's running, I'm gonna have to have it hit each flag as it chooses to play each one, and otherwise have it re-roll. Working on Ursula's quest in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Ah. At least that one's no, that one's not the really bad one. I think that's Electra who has that really bad one. I think that's the one where you have to wander far, then wander far, then wander far in a specific order. Oh. So this fun little area that we're going to, first of all, we're going to run into a boss fight going here. Why is it okay, so sometimes the pathfinding is a little weird. You see that it's leading me towards a very specific point over there before continuing. Sometimes you gotta ignore it. Oh, it's the mercenary group one. Yeah, that one takes forever. So, when the story demands it,
I'm really feeling it. Let's keep up the pressure. Yeah.
there's usually a level 90 something here.
Let's get it.
Also, this boss has 2 phases, and you have to actually run to the other one here.
Let's keep up the pressure. Behold the power of the Monado. I'm really feeling it.
There we go. It took 3 hits. Okay. Miss. I am having a laugh, actually. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Oh yeah, if I want everybody to deal a whole bunch of damage. There we go, now everybody's doing a whole bunch of damage. As you can see, his health's not going down despite me doing a lot of damage. This is called plot armor. And we're just waiting for him to finally do that. Moves are so much faster in this than the new 3DS version. I don't doubt that. I didn't even bother with the new 3DS version. I knew there was going to have to be some compromises. I'm surprised they were even able to get it onto there. They probably had to make a lot of compromises. And I still wish the 3DS was up and in its lively state. Nintendo made a big mistake by like snipping support for it. It still had so much potential. Still a great game on the new 3DS. Oh, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. I know there was probably a lot of corners that had to be cut, but it's Xenoblade Chronicles. Ooh, thunderstorms. That's my favorite weather. I wouldn't want to be out in the middle of an open field during a thunderstorm. But I'm still a big fan. Oh, wait, I think I've already got the fast travel here. Alright, so we gotta get to Colony 6. Well, close to it. We don't really have to go through Colony 6 itself. And yeah, we've made the, We've made the joke before, yes, Colony 9 and Colony 6, yes, how are they related to one another? Ask Cody stuff. Why Colony 6 and Colony 9? Because Teehee. That's why. It's not the 3D work after a few games. The 3DS was still doing just fine. Nintendo did not have to snip it. Plus, the Switch was still selling well despite the 3DS being in the market. So, like, really, what was the problem? I guess they were in a rush to end any instance of free online services. Or at least that's what it feels like. It definitely felt like they were in a rush to get rid of all free online services. Even though that service that they built up worked way better than the paid one. Still works a little better than the paid one. But unfortunately, that's what happens when Nintendo leadership changes. And then decides to copy off of companies that have already proven they don't listen very often. Oh yeah, the Switch Online did start free. Although that was probably part of the plan too. Unfortunately, a lot of things changed after the Nintendo leadership change. It feels like that was roughly the point where things started to change. And for the most part, I cannot say it's for the better. Of course, the whole 2020 to 2022 thing did not help either. Definitely didn't. Wish it stayed free, making it easier to play with friends. I know. And that's where it's like, I really feel like Iwata, he actually cared about like bringing people together and all that. And then the leadership changed. And then they decided, well, I'm not going to argue against their going into the mobile market. Like, not terrible. Still the same stereotypical structure that every mobile game gets. Already need to deal with the Xbox core to game with friends. Yeah. Like, Nintendo used to be the one major publisher that had a free service that was actually accessible. And then they decided, oh, Sony and Xbox do this, so maybe we should do this. Like nowadays, companies are just forgetting how to be original. The era of originality seemed to have happened in the 1990s and 2000s. And then all of this copying started happening. And the 2020s here seem to be about... Well, I'm seeing AI mentioned a lot. But it's like, well, you still gotta put love and effort into your AI, otherwise you're just gonna generate boring stuff that doesn't really catch anyone's eye. And some of these companies are not realizing that. You still have to put effort in, even if you got AI helping you with some of the tasks. Also, you should probably be employing people too. Very good idea too. Took over Nintendo as leader head, returned Nintendo services back to back to being free from online. Yes. Definitely. There was no reason to start charging people aside from greed. It was purely greed. They used to have something unique going on for them. Watch me accidentally 100% something that I missed in the Collectopedia while I'm going through this playthrough, even though I'm not paying attention to where I'm going. Although I think I already 100% of this area. Only thing in keep paid is older games being paid just to earn a little extra cash if they got a remake. Earn the original free. Yeah. Or what was it during the Wii U era there with the Virtual Console? If you already owned it on the Wii, it was 90% off to obtain it on another platform. Love it when they did that, because it takes next to no effort. Oh, the path does not help you here. Okay. Also, 3DS servers would be back along with the eShop. Yeah. Heck yeah. Like, that also had a lot of potential. They snipped something that was lively. And on top of that, they attempted to combat the 3DS emulation thing. Sorry, Nintendo, but you're killing the platform, so that's just being a jerk. If you're taking away the ability for people to fully utilize the platform, then maybe people should be allowed to emulate it. That's it. If they actually give, like, the usual paid option, just keep the services running, there wouldn't be a problem in the first place. Also, can people do competitions without 3DS servers? It's going to turn into the same scenario that a lot of the older consoles have. People are going to start setting up their own private ones. And people are pretty good at getting that kind of stuff to work. Ready, coil. Not that it's gonna happen instantly. Well, it could happen as soon as Nintendo flicks the Switch off for good. If they're already working on something like that. Oh, hi. Can we have... Yeah, we'll just have a staring contest here. Okay, there we go. We're good. Tried to set something up to play emulated games on the laptop. Couldn't figure it. Hold on. I'm gonna get off this segment before I read this. I don't want to suddenly get pushed off the platform. Tried setting up something to play emulated games on laptop, but couldn't figure it out. And tried to use a server that acted like Adobe Flash. Ah. Sounds like it might still be a little finicky. I don't think that... You said at some point you're just gonna have to start getting like private gaming servers set up. Wanted to play a game called Rebuild 2. Now, I'd really love to stream one of the Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story or Dream Team. Like one or the other one. Or both. However, I'm going to need to get some setting up done because I don't have a functional capture card anymore, and the 3DS I originally had that stuff on, its hard drive died quite some time ago. Zombie apocalypse based game. The survivors' job is to take back the city. Oh yeah. Oh, the 3DS had some like really fun, like that Me Plaza that they had that was sort of built in, and then eventually they added more games to it. That was actually a lot of fun. Street Pass was a lot of fun to use with that. Now, typically I had to, where I really got... Why am I doing this? The path is not here. So if you really wanted street passes, you know, over here, I usually went to like Animeathon or something because there was like hundreds of people with their 3DSs and not Me Plaza, with Street Pass on. Oh, that was a lot of fun. I remember there being a achievement that you get for, what is it? Getting 100 people Street Pass in one check. And you can only gather 10 at a time, so you'd have to do this feature, like send them to the queue or whatever. So essentially you'd have to accept like 100 Street Passes by storing sets of 10 times. And then that would be the achievement. Was it in one day? Maybe it was in one day. Get 100 in one day. Either way, that was only possible in things like Animeathon or... Comic-Con would have probably been a nice one too. Rebuild 2 is a sequel to Rebuild. It even got a third one called Rebuild 3. Right on. Can't remember the last survival game I played. I mean, it's not really my genre, so naturally I don't play them often. But the last time I did, though, I'm not sure when. I like some of the Xenoblade Chronicles 2. There's one elevator in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, where every time you jump, you'd do the fall damage animation, but you wouldn't take any damage. There's one specific elevator that let you do that. Platform cycling, platform cycling. Oh boy. Alright, we're just gonna go in circles for a bit. It was on Cool Math Games as well? Oh, dang. Oh, that takes me back. Oh, I missed that. I usually don't miss those. Alright, let's get... Oh, we're gonna have to wait again. So many good games ended when Flash was in. Yeah. And Adobe, I blame you for all this. Because Adobe also did the shift to go from, oh, we're going to be nice to people, to, screw you, I want money. Like, when their stuff changed to subscription base, I was like, nah, I'm not interested. Flash was ended because of security issues. Yeah, that was the general gist of it, and they were too lazy to patch them.
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
There was definitely a good degree of laziness. It's ironic for them to say that, though, considering Windows is essentially a whole bunch of security issues built in. I think that Windows was the reason why they couldn't fix it. Things like Windows. Blame Windows. Actually, you know, Mac's actually not much better nowadays. I still remember when they released an update that made it possible for people to get into accounts with blank passwords remotely. I'm like, really? Hey, look, it's Sword, our buddy, our pal. Hey, look, it's a cutscene already. Wish Flash never shut down. He'd be playing Rebuild 2. Ah, yeah. There's so many other fun ones. So, New Game Plus, we now have an extra Geralt's rifle. So now we're gonna go up here. We're gonna see. We gotta visit with our pal Zord first, though. We can't leave him without saying goodbye. Well, we gotta go up here, and then we gotta go up the next diagonal elevator. Honestly, I wish Microsoft would just get what they did, get what's coming to them, because it feels like they ruined a lot of this stuff. All these built-in back doors that they keep putting into their OS. Maybe we can get a Linux build that'll actually be user-friendly enough. Actually, no, I guess at this point, though, the problem is getting publishers to actually support Linux a bit more. It's getting there. In most other ways, Linux is a way better platform by this time. There's our buddy pal Zord.
I'm really feeling it.
And there he goes. Bye, Zord. On Rebuild 2 to be remastered onto another thing to be free and playable. If only. I guess I can't totally dismiss it as impossible. It's just... Yeah.
Okay, let's finish right. Charlotte, you definitely do this now. Child's play. Right. Just like that.
See, when you nail the outer ring, you get 3 heart infinity increase instead of just the 1. So during that little period of time, Dixon joins your party, and he's a hacker. He has a gem that you can't acquire that makes him invincible, that makes him undefeatable. Doubt it. There was never a rebuild for. You never know in the era of let's keep releasing or porting games. Gonna head off to bed. All right, Katsuna Lord. Thanks for joining on in. It's good to see you again. Good to have a chat. Have a fantastic night, and until next time. We still got thunderstorm over here. I wish there'd be thunderstorms over here that often. Give me all the thunderstorms. All of them. Misty Path. So the music at the beginning, when I was just opening up the stream, if anyone was around to hear it, that's actually from one of the newest trials in Final Fantasy XIV. The music was stuck in my head. I just finished the rest of post Endwalker. I'm not going to elaborate much. I don't want to be spoiling any of that for anyone who actually plays Final Fantasy XIV. But it was fun. Despite some issues with way too many enemy visual effects making it impossible for me to see some stuff. Burb. Wait. Let's take a moment to admire this magnificent creature. Beautiful. Let's take a moment to point out that these fellas exist. When you're going through here the first time and you see a level 81 just chilling in the tree, well, thank goodness, there is no symbol above it, so that means it is not aggressive, it is passive. It has lines on it, which means if you get into a fight, it will join in. So essentially, it's telling you, get off my lawn, you noisy kids. And it's a level 81 saying so you should probably stay off its lawn, or don't be loud. Quiet down, I'm trying to read. I'm trying to sleep. These guys are only out during the night. And there's your normal enemies. But again, you don't want to get in a fight with them when you're near level 80 somethings and you see lines there. Yeah, just some high-level birds casually chilling in this tree. You probably got some really powerful... I'm not going the right way. Yes, I am. The pathfinding's just being ridiculous. You probably got some really powerful...
Bird lady!
Yeah, bird ladies somewhere up there. I'm gonna go up this way. Bird lady! Those are Ignas. They're all aggressive. Oh, hey. No. I don't want to engage a fight near a low. I mean, I could take on it.
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard. This won't take long.
Okay, let's sort this out nice and simple.
Bring it on.
Heel counter.
Charlotte.
Go!
Now we're getting started. Nothing's gonna stop us. Ha! Come on.
Miss!
Well
The
done.
next one will hurt even more.
Charlotte. Nice one. Hey, don't.
Beautiful.
Glory.
I think we can do it.
This is too easy. Eat this.
It's just a matter of time now.
Yeah, now it's right time. It's over. Man,
There we go.
bunch of jokes.
Now, I'm going to open this one in case I get something good out of it. Yeah. Now, if it's a new piece of equipment, I should at least get a new appearance. Mind you, this game does do the different equipment appearance. However, there are a lot of recolors. Swampy! Isn't this like the Bionis' like armpit or something? Stinky. I hope this isn't leading me anywhere dumb. Alright, the level 80 something should be dispersing now. That changed pretty quickly. Okay, where am I actually going? Oh, what is this terrible path that I'm being given? Okay, it's telling me to go up here, which is unfortunate. So I will need jumping, actually. Jumping does boost your speed here. It's telling me going upstream is faster. Of course, I have an itch now. There we go. Floodgate, huh? Wonder how it's supposed to activate. We're gonna go here, and then this particular area puts you on the pitch quest. We're now a seasoned traveler. How far should we actually go? Okay, off we go on our little fetch quest. Venom Platypus. We collect that in the water. Venom water. Speedy Walter. Bats. Bats. Ooh, right into the water. There's a really annoying one that leads you through a poison field. Oh! Hello, unique monster. From behind. Boom! Gone. There we go.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna spam a whole bunch of jump. Alta, fight! Where you get your latest visions. Ah! Oh, what? I started walking inside the cliff. That was curious. Casually clips through land. Where are we going next? We're going down there. Oh yeah, that's a level 85 too. We just leave that fella alone. He's not causing us any issues, anyways. Ah, this is the annoying one. On top of that, there's aggressive enemies here. This area can be rough.
Alley-oop.
Okay, we're facing a climbable surface. Climbable surface is where we want to go. Okay, this isn't like a damage floor that's so intense that it kills your party in that. It's incredibly annoying still. Sort of one that you're forced to go through. Introduction to hazard floors. And hello, Ignis. I'm sure you don't mind. This is their territory. They've got a fort up top there. Quest completed. That's a unique monster. Let's get him.
Weak. But don't drop your guard.
Okay, let's sort this out nice and quick.
This won't take long. How good are we? Fastplay. We're the best.
And there we go. He's done.
Let's stay alert.
They're done. You're done. All right, ads are starting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick little BRB because I've got food to retrieve during the ad break. Till then, see you guys in a bit. Oh boy. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. Why did you just decide to like suddenly appear? Seriously?
Here.
Yes. Okay, well. I've acquired some extent of food. And now? Oh, no. Oh boy, add-ons. Yeah, that sounds like something you have to pay for. Oh. Somebody's already acquired the required emblems? Hi, give me my fire emblem back. Notice how Ryan is taking no damage from that poison?
Who else wants some?
Somebody played the stair piano. Dawn dice. Just remember, you have to actually roll daytime in order for it to work properly. Alley-oop. Alley-oop. But is not a climbable surface. Okay, there we go. That. Oh, hey there, Charla. Charla? Oh yeah. Orb. Daisy!
Hi, I'm Daisy.
Statue Summit. $2,058. Eventually it'll be that year. Oh, also that's a level 85. Don't mess with them. If you really need, you can steal the gem on. Ah!
Isn't going well.
Ah!
Don't rush off.
Statue fragment. Convenient. That's collected. That's collected at the statue's hip. Butts.
Go on.
And that's why you don't fall off the butt. Oh, it counted me as visited this landmark? Ooh. Alright. There we are. We entered through, I don't know where I had... The Bionis has a hole in it, in its chest, and now we're in a lung. Enjoy the squishy sounds as you walk through the ground inside the Bionis. Also, these things have no collision. The bigger ones, yes. The smaller ones, nope. Don't worry, this isn't pee. It's just mucus. Oh yeah, by the way, this is mandatory fall damage. Ooh! And now we're back outside. Don't be worried if your Collectopedia is at 0%. Spaceships. Yeah. Well, by the way, spaceships. Now we're chapter 7. So, I guess I'm going to consider Hero Riki a checkpoint. That'll be where we leave off today. Hero Riki. Amazing character. All regular, so they shouldn't attack you. Oh, if you want to go through here fast, though, make sure you get this landmark over here. It'll save you a lot of time later. Especially since when you have to come back down here, you come back down here with one person. Which means all the enemies are much harder.
Alley-oop.
Lakeside. Alright, now we have this. We can go back up here. Oh, the holding hand symbols, those are heart-to-hearts in this game. You know, every game's got them. This game requires, like, a certain amount of bond for a lot of them. And as to please Krista, you should probably aim for the highest amount of hearts between everyone. But also, it really helps with your chain attacks, which are RNG, but much more favored RNG if you've got good relations with your party. Oh, by the way, that's a level 96. So don't use ether near that fella. Don't engage in attacks involving ether attacks, or at level 96 will come for you. And the spike, the purple spikes on it means that it deals spike damage, which is essentially counter damage when you deal damage to an enemy. Yeah, you're starting to wander into towards level 30 territory. I think some of the birds at the edges of the cliffs here are a little higher than that. Yeah, level 33. Oh, I shouldn't have collected that. Some items, Shulkit's visions, tells you that it's going to be useful in a side quest later. We're about to encounter Melia. I'll be swapping to Melia once we get Melia actually in our party. This is why we get the lakeside thing ahead of time. Because now the quest is completed. Even with the aura on, we're so over-leveled that we don't really have to worry.
Well,
It was an interesting party configuration. Should be fine for now. Melia, being a mage role, naturally has very terrible HP. Alright, so now we gotta go into Nopon territory. Burning Dino. That's right, the Machna Woods have dinosaurs in them. Dino! Jungle! Ah! Dino Jungle. That's a Sonic in the Secret Ring stage. Why do I remember that? Because it was ridiculous. Ooh, pretty light. Getting drawn towards pretty light. Pure cherry. Oh yeah, Melia has one of the most ungraceful fall damage animations out of everyone around. Just falls right on her face. I might let you just see enough of the cutscene to just so you can hear Bird Lady again. Bird Lady, because Melia is the one that they call Bird Lady.
Bird lady.
So yeah, these guys are like equivalents to ogres, I guess. You could say Ogrepawn was a thing far before Ogrepawn was actually a thing. Is this the one where it's like Bird Lady?
This is the entrance to Frontier.
So this big tree.
Ah, Bird Lady. Welcome back, Bird Lady.
Bird Lady. Thankfully, you get Bird Lady so far at the beginning. Alright, Bird Lady's out of our party for now. She'll be back, we just gotta go up there. We got a lack of landmarks, so we're gonna have to do some walking around. We'll do some walking around with Ryan, sure.
Alley-oop.
Alley-oop. Oh, okay. That Nopun teleported out of the way for us. You see, Nopuns have some pretty incredible magical powers. There's a lot of areas to discover here. By the way, this is Riki's house. It's freaking huge. I mean, there's good reason for that. Riki has a lot of kids. Which is why it's a bit of an... there's something related to all this that's a bit of an inside joke as to why Shadow Ricario has the Hirabariki as her walk-on sound. By the way, here's Melia. Let's get her back in our party. So we just approached her. She's staring out, and she's back in our party now. We have to get her back in. I don't remember if I set Dunban up correctly. Let's just get Charlotte back in here. If Dunban's set up correctly, he'd be evading like crazy. Of course, when we're at this level, we should be just fine. I know these Nopun just casually let you walk past regardless. Well, I'm gonna get the landmark opened up here then. And go back down. Looks a little weird the way she's walking and the slope she's going down. Ah, yeah, they just let me go past anyways, so. That's a fast way of getting down here.
May I in...
You're upon Riki. So yeah, now you get a copy of what Riki already has. Actually, Riki already has something quite a bit more powerful. I mean, what is gravity anyways? Who cares? Gravity? That's just some weird fabled legend that they always speak of. But anyways, now we have Riki in our party. Let's do a save. We're currently in Chapter 7, a decent way through. We now have Riki in the party. Thank you guys for joining. Please stick around, and I'm going to search for somebody to raid. Who do I be? I'm just gonna make sure that they're not about to go offline. Yep, okay. I know who we're going to go and say. We are gonna go and say DSG Corruption Day G. We are gonna head over there and we're going to see how it's doing in Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is a pretty fun game, they say. I have not played it myself, but I've heard many good things about it. So, I'm going to send you guys on over there. I'd like to thank you guys for joining. Before I give the raid message seconds before we go on, here's the raid messages. Subs, non-subs. There's the messages. Once again, thank you so much for joining, whether you were here actively, whether you were here lurking, whether you were here for part of a stream or in full. I greatly appreciate you. Our next stream is going to be on Thursday. We're going to be doing more Book of Mario. Oh boy, more Shame Guy Toy Box, as it's called in Book of Mario. I will not be streaming on Saturday, just as a reminder. We should be back to a normal stream next week. And, yeah, take good care of yourselves. No race in progress. Are you kidding me? The stupid thing didn't start properly yet. Well, anyways, have an awesome night, you guys. Take good care of yourselves. And until next time, laters.
Diagonally.